Hello, everyone. I am your host of the Verge podcast, Virgil Edwards. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at _Verge_. The goal of this podcast is always to keep you from the brink of ignorance and on the verge of intelligence when it comes to American politics and its effects on us all today. The feature topic I would like to discuss today is where libertarians have gone astray. I'm not talking about every single individual libertarian. I'm talking about the movement in general. I'm talking about the National Party in general. I mean, this past election had two of easily the most divisive and most unpopular candidates in our lifetime. This was the year that the Libertarian Party could have put up two quality candidates to serve as president and vice president, and could have taken this opportunity to reach that threshold of 12 to 15% in the election in order to establish the Libertarian Party as a viable third-party political player. But what did they do? They put forth two old former Republicans that are basically warmed over liberals in Gary Johnson and Bill Weld. Former Republican governors that basically came onto the scene and were hailed as the most popular choices. And the Libertarian Party skipped over candidates like John McAfee, like Austin Peterson, for Gary Johnson. I mean, this defies political logic. I mean, libertarians have, for the last several years, prided themselves on being the intelligent choice, on being the choice that puts facts before populism. But instead of choosing the more level-headed candidate that valued the U.S. Constitution in Austin Peterson, or the more technologically savvy John McAfee, they put forth Gary Johnson and chose his running mate, Bill Weld. Two people that have virtually no real connection with millennials. Gary Johnson's big stick is about legalizing marijuana, which, don't get me wrong, I want marijuana to be legalized too, but if I'm going to run for political office, I'm not going to make that one of my main sticking points. You know, and his demeanor when challenged, whether in interviews or otherwise, suggested that he really wasn't any more hinged and sane than Donald Trump was. I mean, did you see that interview where he was biting down on his tongue when talking to that MSNBC interviewer? I mean, really? Is that what we as libertarians would consider presidential? I don't think so. But something that I've noticed from a lot of libertarians since Donald Trump won the election is that they have retreated back to the left. They've retreated back to the left in the respect that they're now completely against repealing Obamacare. Before the election, they were all about repealing Obamacare. Oh, it's a big government program. It's a mandate. It's a violation of our right to choose what we buy and purchase with our money. But now that it's very real and very likely to happen, they're all of a sudden against it. They're all of a sudden joining Democrats and neoconservatives in this witch hunt that is blaming Russia for how the elections happened. Blaming them for so-called hacking, which President Obama himself 2.5 months ago said that the elections could not be hacked. I mean, you want to know why libertarians are continued to be viewed as a political joke? It's because of the way the National Libertarian Party is ran. It's ran by social liberals. Sure, if they can get their way, then they're all about the Constitution. They're all about limited government. But if they can't get their way, then they would rather err on the side of feeling good. And that is, oh, we got to keep Obamacare. Oh, we can't kick people off of their health insurance policy. And of course, they're attacking Trump's policy on immigration. Another leftist tactic. So yeah, you want to know why the Libertarian Party got less than 4% of the total vote in an election where the Republican Party and the Democratic Party ran two very divisive and polarizing candidates. That's why, because when the pressure is put on and the times get real, the libertarians basically abandon ship and go back to what they're comfortable with. And that is liberalism. That is, oh, we got to do what makes us feel good on the inside. Oh, screw the limited government mantra that we've beat for years. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way back to the GOP primary here. When Ron Paul ran in 2008 and in 2012, libertarians nationwide opened up their man hours and their war chests to aid Ron Paul. But yet when his son, Rand Paul, was running for president in the GOP primary, where were they? Where were the support? It wasn't there. In fact, not only was it not there, but they hurt Rand by putting out this, message that, oh, Rand isn't pure enough for us. Even though Ron Paul said that he and his son Rand agree 99% of the time. But he's not pure enough? I mean, what the hell is that all about? Not pure enough. So what did they do? Instead of supporting easily the best chance they had at putting someone that pretty much viewed their side of politics, they could have put someone like Rand in the White House. But no, they chose instead to try to grow their own political party. And then they blew it. Like I said, they had a golden opportunity to nominate someone like John McAfee or Austin Peterson. But no, they chose a lukewarm liberal, a former Republican, in Gary Johnson. I mean, it doesn't get any more plain than that when you ask the question, where did libertarians go wrong? And libertarians, individual libertarians, have to ask themselves, what's more important? Putting people in office that have limited government, physically conservative principles? Or growing a third political party? I would rather that we not have political parties at all, but we do. And there's only two in play. The Libertarian Party has never put someone in the U.S. Senate. And as far as I can even tell, they've never even put someone in the U.S. House of Representatives. I may be wrong on that, but I haven't never come across it. And they certainly don't have any prospects of ever putting a president. So why try to grow a party that doesn't really stand a chance of being influential when they can put their time, put their financial efforts into supporting someone like Senator Rand Paul, like Congressman Justin Amash, like Representative Thomas Massey? People that are already in there. People that already support their agenda. People that already have influence. That to me seems to be the much wiser choice. And let's face it. If your default action is to go back to supporting what makes you feel warm and good at heart inside and support policies like Obamacare when it's now facing repeal, then you're not really libertarian. When you don't want to protect our nation's borders and protect our sovereignty, then you're not really a libertarian. You've really got to ask yourself, where's your priorities? Because to me, the priorities are clear. Be physically conservative. Obey the U.S. Constitution literally and strictly. And balance the damn budget. It's not that hard of a concept. But it is to people that want to think they're outside the box, but then don't want to truly follow through when the chips are on the table. Until my next episode, please share with your friends and family.